Oh well. It's hot. I got to have that fan on, no matter if it's weirding out my hair or not. You know what I mean? It's hot. Hot, I say. Anyway, what I'm about to read is my dialogue with a stealth Muslim. Uh, if you know what a stealth Muslim is, it's a guy that attacks those who expose Islam on the internet or attack Tommy Robinson. Yeah, and if you ask him, uh, uh, what is it that keeps him from being a Muslim, he won't give you a reason as to why he's not a Muslim. So, uh, but in the series, you'll find out how a stealth Muslim operates. Stealth Muslim troll, I guess you could say. And anyway, when when you see this thing go over here, that means I'm reading the Muslim's words. And when you see the camera going over here, that means I'm reading my words. This side of my face is uglier than this side. So, yeah. Anyway, I finally learned how to. Well, I discovered that you can put this thing on a lower. It doesn't eat up so much memory. That way, I can download this thing in a lot shorter amount of time than if it's on high definition. If I put it on high definition, and this is 15 minutes, like I'm trying to get it, it would take like 2 days to download. So anyway, I will begin the series. Anyway, I want to tell you about how to handle a stealth Muslim troll if you're exposing Islam on the internet. One of the signs you're dealing with a stealth Muslim troll is if he attacks Israel and is pro-Palestinian, even though he says he's not a Muslim, or if he attacks Tommy Robinson and calls Tommy Robinson a lawbreaker and he deserves it and stuff like that. That's really stealth Muslim stuff. But I want to tell you something. I'll turn this thing on here. Yeah. By the way, when I do this thing, I'm going to be mostly talking to this because this is what you're looking at is a YouTube video, and there's a possibility this is going to be pulled off. Whereas with this, I'll always have it. Yeah, YouTube pulls off my videos and deletes my. Well, it deleted 10 years of my comments, making it so Muslims end up looking like they're talking to nobody. 10 years of my comments gone. Yeah, off of YouTube. So anyway, when I read the Muslims' words, I'll be using this side of my face. The other side of my face, yeah. And when I use my words, this side, yeah. Plus, when I'm doing the Muslims' words, I'll be using a mock Arabic accent too. So anyway, by the way, I want to tell you something. If you want to have fun with a stealth Muslim, ask him why he's not a Muslim. He won't give you a reason as to why. But when he says he's not a Muslim, say this. How come you're not a stealth Muslim? Is it because the Quran teaches that the sun sets in a muddy spring? Is it because Muhammad teaches that embryos go through a 40-day blood clot stage? Is it because the Quran teaches that mountains are placed down and that the Quran confirms the before scriptures Bible, even though all Muslims believe the Bible's corrupted? Is it because the Quran teaches that meteors burning up in the Earth's atmosphere are literal stars chasing away the Satan? I call those depth charges on the stealth Muslim. He'll have to grin and bear it and act like it's not hurting him as those depth charges blow up around him. Well, anyway, I'll begin this now. This will be 15 minutes, but this will be I'm going to stop it in 2 hours because if I go past 2 hours, it starts eating at the beginning here. So, yeah, what time is it? 9:37. That means I started this about 9:30. I'll take it to 11:30. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll stop this at about 9:45. Yeah. Okay, here it goes. Okay, say this. The peaceful protests to free Tommy Robinson have failed. It's now time to boycott Britain until they let Robinson go, or till there is another Tommy Robinson allowed to speak out against Islam without the fear of imprisonment. And some person said, Michelle Richardson said, absolutely 100% agree. And that got the stealth Muslim saying, his name is Yoni L. Yoni L. Yoni, I believe, is the Hindu word for vagina. Ideas that you come up with during your morning shower should not be made into videos. Do you even know what to boycott? Do you even know which are British products? Yeah, have a lovely day. Oh, how would you punish Britain for becoming Sharia compliant? Again, I need you to step back from your stupidity. Quote, how would you punish Britain for becoming Sharia compliant? Well, genius, like I said. One, you have no idea what British products in America. You are British products in America. So you are just talk. You aren't actually doing anything. Two, you honestly think if you boycott, let's say, UK products, any UK product, they would know what the heck you are even talking about. What Sharia compliance? Is this Tommy Robinson thing again? Tommy Robinson, been in and out of jail for all his life. For immigrants, Muslims, WTV, don't fit in and follow the laws. But when a thug spends his life breaking laws ever since he was young, that's fine. Let's support criminals who don't follow the law. Maybe we should boycott you. Again, Tommy Robinson is doing another long con. If you can support him and his criminal lifestyle, he will be quite happy with you. The end game is to make Tommy rich, and you are a pawn. Say Tommy Robinson is a bad guy. Does that mean he is wrong about Muslim grooming gangs, thanks to Quran 65 verse 4 and the sadistic desert pedophile pirate Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old and then porking her when she's 9? Think, please. Little boy, your childish understanding of issues is not something worth putting much thought into. Say you're right. Say you write these long paragraphs because you are what? Bored? So you write these long paragraphs because you are what? Bored? Tommy Robinson is playing you. How so? You have a man who was arrested for traveling under a false passport in 2012, and his supporters say he was a political prisoner. Give him money. And that means he is wrong about Islam and Muslim grooming gangs? How so? This time he got himself in trouble again for breaching a previous prison sentence. I think that was a mortgage fraud one. If so, that means he is wrong about Islam? How so? And for videotaping during a court case. Ooh, horrible. He was being a journalist. Horrible. How's that? But you want to protect yourself. But you want to project yourself into the character of this man. Easy to do when I too expose the evil and stupidity of Islam. So that he can come save you from encroaching Sharia? You'd have a problem with that, I see. I know it, and you know it. Tommy Robinson never spoke about Islam, you fuck. Want me to post videos where he did? Where he is? Please say yes, and I will post them. And you will see why he really is in prison now. He brought attention that some of the Asian men in the UK committed these crimes are Muslim. And he let us know that Mo married a 6-year-old and porked her when she was 9. Thus, since Mo is the exalted man, you can see why Tommy is in prison. for Muslims who join these grooming gangs are following the example of the exalted man, Mr. Paba Muhammad. Period. Exactly. He did not come packing pedo references. He did not come packing pedo references or WTV. Want me to present the video where he was? Please say yes. That is what you want this case about. And if I do, that's a bad thing because you want to understand that easy to do when there are videos of Tommy Robinson doing just that. And again, I will post these videos right here in this comment section if you want me to, where he's actually showing how, talking about how it comes out of Islam that, you know, it's okay to have pedophilia and sex with someone's wife and stuff. That they busted him for attacking Muslim religion, and they did. More so, they busted him to make him example, to silence others who might want to expose the great evil of Islam and Britain trying to protect such evil and stupidity. No, man, there is no law like that. Then why is he in prison for just videotaping outside a courtroom? Think, please. He was outside a courtroom, not inside. Think, please. Robinson been arrested long before he was activist. He got arrested for things like having a fake passport while he was an activist, and he is arrested now for other things. In America, a guy created a videotape called The Innocence of Muslims, which is based totally on the Hadith. He ended up being arrested and spent over a year in jail because he wasn't supposed to be near video equipment to keep him from exposing Islam, no doubt. He was arrested for flimsy stuff as well. So, America is going to fall to the evil and the evil and stupidity of Islam as well. It would have fallen faster if Clinton won. It is a long line of fuck-ups on Tommy Robinson's part. No, it's because he was exposing Islam and Britain and British appeasement of Islam. Deal with it. I am. By posting this video, by posting this hero's, Tommy Robinson's, videos on the internet. Tommy Robinson is a hero. I just kind of felt like if you are going to target 4 Muslim men and ignore the other 84,996 yearly caught UK Christian men, as well as priests, etc., you are doing an injustice. I believe it's the reverse of what you just posted, which you just wrote. For one thing, since the exalted man Muslims are to follow was not only a pedophile, but thanks to Quran 424, a rapist as well. Quran 424 says, forbidden to are married women. You can't have sex with married women, except, that's a key word here, except those whom your right hand possess. In other words, you can have sex with someone's wife if she's your slave. Yeah. But thanks to Quran 424, at least the first part, a rapist as well. Hey, Muslims aren't breaking any scriptures when they do such evil and, well, join ISIS or Al-Qaeda. They're going by the book, whereas if a Christian acts like a Muslim doing that, he is committing fornication and thus is sinning against the word of God he is to believe in or not be a Christian. I can still go. I've got 4 more minutes here. When you go into religion, you are almost saying like it's okay for Christian men to commit tens of thousands of rapes. False. False. For nowhere in the before scriptures, Bible, that the Quran says it confirms, is there a scripture like Quran 65:4 that allows you to divorce a girl who hasn't had a period. And nowhere is there in such a book to have a scripture like Quran, the first part of Quran 424, which allows you to rape someone's wife if she's your right-hand possessed slave or captured. The Muslims Tommy Robinson tried to blow the whistle on certainly know of such scriptures to be in such grooming gangs. Boy, do they know. But when it is Muslim Asians, that is when we need to cry out, no more. You are an idiot. Since Muslims are allowed to lie, thanks to Quran 328 and 6106, allowing them to say the opposite of that which is true. Hey, I'll take that as a compliment from you. Oh, you'll say, oh, horrible. He was being like a journalist. Horrible, right? Idiot, he broke the law. Idiot, he broke law. You forgot to put the. Yeah, idiot, he broke law. Right. Like a Jew trying to run from the SS was breaking the law, the German Nazi law. You think videotaping outside a courtroom should be a death sentence, which is likely since he is put in prison with a high amount of Muslims. Think, please. And he has been in jail before for mortgage fraud, brawls, riots, fake passport. He can do anything, but you will cover it up. I don't care if he was a murderer. He is in prison because he was exposing the evil of Islam. That is the problem here. No, Naled Yazmar. I was Naled Yazmar when I was writing this. No, Naled Yazmar, you can't break laws in the West. If you don't like our laws, then go. They would have eventually jailed Tommy Robinson for anything, just to shut him up and try to silence those who would replace him. It is very flimsy. It is a very flimsy excuse. Tommy Robinson is a hero. And not only that, but I don't know if it's still in, but you would be jailed if you tried to report what happened to Tommy Robinson. If that isn't creepy as hell, what is? You know? Yes, you fuck. Yes to what? If you videotape a trial in the West or pretty much anywhere, how come those who videotaped the OJ trial weren't given time? Think, please. If the trial proceedings are broadcasted and the proceedings are shown, it might affect the jurors. How? If Tommy Robinson was outside the courthouse, which he was, how is that a crime? The crime here is that Tommy Robinson was letting the world know that Muslims were on trial for following the Quran, which allows them to be pedophiles. That is the crime here, and he was attacked for that very reason. It's been this way since the invention of radio. We do not broadcast out trials. In America, we do. The judge tells jurors to not watch or listen to the news about the trial. In America, Tommy Robinson could sit in the audience and report what was going on. Again, the crime was that he was calling attention to the allowance of pedophilia in Islam, which under Sharia is a crime. Britain has become Sharia compliant for jailing Tommy Robinson. I think even you can see this fact. Like I said, if you don't, our laws, don't understand them, you are free to leave. If I were in Britain, I certainly would leave. It has become Sharia compliant in making up such a law. Germany did something similar by making it a crime to run from the SS. The only things being exposed here is you are an idiot. No, the only thing being exposed here is you're either a stealth Muslim, a useful idiot of Muslims, or you're a liberal. Oh, I got to stop it here. Dang it. I went too far. Oh, well. Shoot. I went over 15 minutes. Probably won't be able to be downloaded on YouTube now. Oh, well. Anyway, this is a continuation of my video series called Defending Tommy Robinson Against a Stealth Muslim Troll. Of course, I won't put that in there. Yeah. Okay, when I read my words this side of my face, when I read the Muslims, it'll be that side. Okay. The only things being exposed here is you are an idiot. No, the only thing being exposed here is you are either a stealth Muslim, a useful idiot of Muslims, or you are liberal. Please make a video that you don't understand anything, healthcare, law, religion, politics. Oh, so now you are saying I don't understand religion and politics. Changed your mind, I see. Think this should be exposed. No, you make a video to say I don't understand those things, okay? Because if he exposes those things, then he brings attention to me and my support of Tommy Robinson. Think about it. It might do you good. You could be a hero to yourself. Been there, done that. Sure, if you get some help, it might push you to read a book or two and understand the basics of how the Western world works. I do know how it works. Britain has fallen to Islamic intimidation by locking up a hero, Tommy Robinson, for exposing the evil and stupidity of Islam under flimsy excuses. You basically need to start thinking first before you write or comment on videos. Speak for yourself. Otherwise, you'll always be exposed. Feel free to expose me, please. Then he goes on and on and on. Here's this huge thing here. Stuff. Oh, I don't feel like reading it, but what the heck? Maybe I will. Okay. This is going to be painful for me to read, but oh well. This is what he said. You cannot get camera in courtroom unless you have permission first of the judge and one of the parties under trial. That is America. Well, the thing is, Tommy Robinson wasn't in the courtroom. He was outside on the street. But he's trying to make it sound like he was in the courtroom. The UK does not allow. Only sometimes they allow when the verdict comes down. You cannot barge in with cameras ever. He never barged into the courtroom with a camera. Liar. If I were in Britain, I certainly would leave. That's what you say. It has become sharia compliant in making such a law, you say. It has always been without cameras. It has always been without cameras. You don't like it and want to change Western way of life. You talk about sharia, but you sound like a foreigner who is opposed to our way of life yourself. In the case of the UK, you are a foreigner. Oh, so now you are. Oh, he put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. Oh, so now you are saying I don't. Now you say. Also, now you're saying I don't understand religion and politics. Change your mind. I see. Yes, it is true. Over the course of time, I thought you didn't understand healthcare and the medical field work. Then it became Western law and religion. I think you should make a video about how, as time went on, you keep exposing all your stupidity. And you say, I think this should be exposed. Tommy Robinson not be. Oh, it's hard to understand what he's saying. Oh, well. All right, I can't stand reading this stuff. But if you want to read what he's saying here it is here. Okay. This is for you liberals out there and Muslims. So you can play it over and over again. Yeah, that's what he says. Okay. And then I say this. Anyone exposes the evil and stupidity of Islam, letting the world know why so many Muslims are pedophiles due to the exalted man Muhammad parking a 9-year-old, is a great hero to me, whether he is Tommy Robinson, Tommy Robinson agrees with me or not. And Tommy Robinson, knowing the great danger he was in with such a Sharia-compliant country as Britain for his exposing Islam, risked his very life for allowing himself to be arrested under the flimsiest of excuses. That spells hero in my book, no matter what you may say. By the way, evidence of Tommy Robinson barging into a courtroom with a camera. Evidence, or you will have proved you are a stealth Muslim using taqiyya, lying for Allah. Evidence of him barging into a courtroom, please. All religions include pedophilia and incest, period. I'm going to read that again. All religions include pedophilia and incest, period. Really? Oh, really? Where did Jesus pork a child like the exalted man Muhammad did? Tommy is not exposing or even signaling out to all Muslims or WTV. What the heck is WTV? Right. But horrors of horrors, he was showing how Islam allows for pedophilia by calling attention to the exalted man who, again, porked a 9-year-old. He just wanted to get trial on tape to use, and he got busted. Again, where was he barging into a courtroom even without a camera? Where? Prove it to prove you aren't you aren't a taqiyya-ing line for Allah Muslim. Prove it. You have projected yourself and your beliefs onto the criminal Tommy Robinson. You mean the hero Tommy Robinson. You think he talks and sees the world the way you do. When it comes to Islam, I see him at least getting there. It's part of the mental breakdown. It's part of the mental breakdown and why I think you might need lots of help psychologically. That is so Muslim of you to say that. But let's play with some of your ideas first, shall we? You think just because religions include incest, rape, pedophilia, that we need to blame them for this? If they do, yes. But when did Buddha or Jesus pork a 9-year-old, making it so you can pork a 9-year-old? Where? Why exactly? So I can point my finger at them as well? Yeah, where? So I can point my finger at them as well. Muslims in the UK are not sticking up for these 4 arrested, nor would they any other criminal in the UK or in their own countries. Their silence means they are. Did the Muslims complain when 2 Muslims hacked to death that British soldier? Did they complain when a bus was bombed on 7-Eleven? Committing crimes in a Sharia country, you get hands chopped off or a death sentence. I predict that will be Britain's future if Robinson fails. Tommy Robinson fails, that's Britain's future. There's nothing here to expose except that you support crime and want to overlook 99.99% of rape, pedophilia committed by non-Muslims. Oh, I see that your numbers have gone up of rapes of non-Muslims. Because maybe they are part of your belief system. I'm not a Muslim. Like I said, you need serious help, Nalan Yasmar. That is so Muslim of you to say that. Why do you like crime so much? You mean, why do I cheer on a Jew running from the SS? Breaking the German Nazi law for not going to the death camp? Gee, why don't I like that? Why don't I like that? Are you thinking of doing something yourself? Yes. And I do. I expose Islam, no matter how much I fail at it thanks to YouTube obeying Muslims for removing 10 years of my comments and videos. Yeah, YouTube removed 10 years of my comments and deleted my videos, some of my videos, not all of them. And I think they put a block on me too. So it's hardly everyone sees my videos as Nalan Yasmar and others. Yeah, not all of them, some of them. One video actually gets a lot of views, and I have no idea why. Maybe someone's letting see the truth here. You should turn yourself in. No, I'm waiting for the Muslim to come. I'm waiting for the Muslims to come pounding on my door. I want them to come and get me. Tommy has already admitted committing contempt of court by publishing information that could prejudice ongoing trial via a live stream on his Facebook page. How? He was outside the courtroom. That is the video I'm talking about. You see it now, Messer. Tommy is on my side. He is with my arguments. He backs up my points, not yours. You are an idiot, and I cannot state that enough. I want to make it slightly more clear. You think educated people like conservatives, liberals, far left, even Tommy Robinson are all stealth Muslims for not agreeing with you. You think they lie to do taqiyya, which is some other thing. I'm sure you fail to understand. Hey, they're getting better. They usually blame taqiyya on Shia Muslims. It's simply not the case, Nalan Yasmar. It just breaks down to everyone else has a better understanding how legal world works. Healthcare, religions, politics, and you simply out of ignorance get it all wrong. I'm not even saying you lie. You just don't know anything. So it's just Muslims always say you don't know everything, or they say you blame all Muslims. That's so Muslim. You just don't know anything. So it just always ends up being wrong. Or maybe you read, how much time is this? Oh, yeah, 4 more minutes. Yeah. Or maybe you read garbage on the internet that makes you think you know something. That is why I said you should read actual books and not online resources that have rotted your head. I am only trying to help. Or make a video about how over time you realize you understand nothing. It could be therapeutic for you. And then he gives me some thing to see on the internet that supposedly shows how horrible Tommy Robinson is. I'm still waiting for video footage of him barging into a courtroom with a camera. Being outside the courtroom with a camera means nothing to me. If he knew that he was going to be arrested inside the courtroom for barging in, then he is still a hero in my book, because he then sacrificed himself willingly to expose Muslim grooming gangs on an international scale, since it was all being hushed up until then. Hero, free Tommy Robinson, boycott Britain, I say. And then he says this: who cares if it means nothing to you? You mean nothing to no one, Nalan Yasmar. The law is the law. Tommy admitted he did wrong. You can't, yeah, well, he like a Jew admitting he did wrong from running away from the SS. Yeah, it's wrong to do that, but still, that because he was breaking the law, the German Nazi law. You can't have people outside of the trial affecting the case. Happens in there. Reporters actually in the courtroom during the case. That is, it might even swing favor for perpetrators, but Tommy don't care. He didn't care at all and wanted me detention for himself. Thank God. All you do is laugh at Tommy and say his confession means nothing to you, even if he jeopardizes the case. Well, it meant enough for Tommy to admit his wrongdoing. No, all Tommy admitted to was that he knew he was breaking the law outside the courtroom thanks to that Sharia compliant Britain. If Tommy admitted to being wrong for what he did, then he's wrong. Because he did no wrong. He was outside the courtroom, but he's trying to make it sound like he was inside the courtroom, barging in. He is wrong for admitting what he did wrong. Stop trying to get Tommy into further trouble. A crime is a crime, and he admitted to it. Meanwhile, there is you trying to degrade Tommy now and degrade Western laws. Sick. So, if you were a Jew, and you knew that going onto one of those trains, those death camp trains, would result in your likely death, you would still get on the train rather than break the law, German Nazi law. True? I think I'll end it here, but I'll keep this going. Bye. Okay, I guess I'll see what that. I'm going to have to stop this right here. I'll see what that's going on here. Hi. Oh, the Cowboys here. What's that? Okay, well that will appease him then. Oh, I don't know. I think you'll like that since it deals with marijuana. Oh, yes. I will bring that over for you. Yes. Yeah, so you can help you sleep, you bet. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I'll just sure. He wants pot, I'll give him pot. I don't smoke pot, but I have some, I'll give it to him, and I'll give some to you, and you can all sleep well tonight. Okay? Yes, I will. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. Okay, I'll get ready here. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, I guess I'll stop it here. See, how much time did I put into this thing? End stream. Okay, this end of part 1. Part 2 coming up after. Yeah. Bye. Done.